We also, as part of our brainstem pathways and part of our cortico-reticular spinal system, we have a monoaminergic neuromodulatory system. This produces the monoamines serotonin and norepinephrine, which is produced in the brainstem. This neuromodulatory drive from the brainstem via the reticulospinal neurons significantly influences the way motor neurons receive, process, and transform synaptic input into motor output. During the waking state, the brainstem exerts a steady neuromodulatory drive on the spinal cord, regulating the overall excitability of motor neurons, and which increases with sustained motor output. So without this brainstem neuromodulatory influence, even when all other synaptic influences are summed, there'd be less than 50% of the drive required for motor neurons to produce their maximal firing frequency. So even for motor behaviors requiring only small to moderate forces, they would be almost impossible to achieve without this monoaminergic drive. The monoaminergic neuromodulatory input has a profound influence on the motor neurons through the generation of what's called persistent inward currents, which increase the synaptic inputs up to 5 times. The amount of increase of that synaptic input is dependent on the amplitude of the PIC, which is proportional to the neuromodulatory drive from the brainstem. And so as the diagram illustrates, the monoaminergic drive at the generation of the PIC significantly amplifies the synaptic input. So the output of this brainstem monoaminergic system varies depending on the activity. It's correlated with the speed of locomotion and the state of arousal. So the PICs function as a variable gain controller, and so provide a significant degree of flexibility for motor control, or I should say motor output. An important feature of the PICs is its bistability, which is the prolongation of the transient inputs, and so the production of tail currents. And so what this bistability does is they have this sustained tail current, so when the next synaptic input comes, they're already at an elevated level. The threshold is already raised, and it's easier to produce the motor output.